What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking with the McLemore boys. Man, we are in a really cool spot. We are in Wyoming. Specifically, where are we at, Shawn?
The closest town, I guess you'd say, is Weston, which is essentially just a mailbox. So.
Okay, Weston. So we're somewhere in the middle of Wyoming. I'm your host, John Boy of What's Cooking. We got our co-host, Big John, and we got a special guest today, Shawn Fricke. Did I say that right?
You got it right. You got it right. Glad to be here.
And so, in fairness, your father-in-law owns the cabin in this place that we're in right now, right?
The cabin and everything, the lodge, you know, my wife and I built that. We're on my father-in-law's ranch.
Gotcha.
So,
so
into it.
we got to know Shawn over the last couple of days, and we came here to shoot a couple of episodes. Podcast, obviously, we're turkey hunting with Pistol Creek and Realtree, and I was like, man, just getting to know you a little bit, hearing your stories is like, I would love to interview a real cowboy. And you're a very humble guy because you kind of laughed. You're like, I'm not. And I feel like real cowboys don't call themselves cowboys, right? Is that fair? But when I heard you telling stories about you guys got cattle out here, you got some acres that you're working, and you're on horseback and side by sides, and you're crossing square miles.
How many acres?
So how many acres? Yeah, how many
miles.
acres? So how many acres do you guys work from a cattle perspective?
I gotcha. So between our deeded, our Forest Service leases, our BLM and everything, we're running on probably about 60,000 acres, approximately.
So I was just talking to Shawn right before, and I'm like, kind of getting, little tidbits about podcasting and stuff, and I was like, if we don't want to touch on a subject, we don't have to, but I want to interview and get your perspective on what's it like to do this, and I was like, because our audience, everybody's watched Yellowstone, but like, you're like the real thing. I know you're not going to say that, but at least from my perspective, watching just being out here, I'm like, you guys are the real deal. So, our audience, what's cooking with the McLemore boys? Obviously we do a lot of barbecue. You see us on Fox and stuff, and you were like, yeah, I've seen you guys, y'all's videos and stuff. But I was like, man, this would be so cool if we got an opportunity to just hear from you, have you tell some stories. What's it like living in Wyoming? And because there is little to no cell service out here.
Yep.
Do you? Yeah. Well, let me take that back. Do you get cell service?
I do.
You do?
In spots.
In spots. But there's little to no cell service. You do have Wi-Fi here at the cabin. And you're working cattle square miles and thousands of acres. Yeah. What's that like?
It's actually, honestly, it's a blessing, I guess. And it's a way of life. I mean, I've lived on the West Coast. I've been to the East Coast. I've been lots of places, and I go those places to know how much I like to be home.
You said that last night, and I was like, that's
what we do.
Kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
So you love Wyoming. You love this lifestyle of
oh, absolutely. I mean, I can't imagine raising my family in any other place, honestly.
How long does it take you to go to church?
Church, if I'm scooting right along,
They're home church.
They're home church.
No, we got a nice Bible church down the road. It's about 30 minutes, 30-minute drive to get there. It's just a little country church.
That's cool.
Got about 60 people there, and it's great. Lots of little kids.
What people don't realize, too, is when we come here turkey hunting, I'm going to say this, we're spoiled because when we deer hunt, we go sit in a redneck blind, and when we turkey hunt at home, we might drive the truck or the side-by-side down the road 3 minutes. And we came turkey hunting here. It was a learning lesson. Yeah. Because we're looking at your map out there, and you're like, you see that square, that little black square? That's a square mile. And then you pan out, and you see this massive map, and you're kind of showing me the terrain and stuff. And all the hunters here with Pistol Creek, these are world-renowned turkey callers, turkey hunters.
They're good.
And then you hop in the car or the truck, and you go 42 minutes to one other part, and they're parking, then we're walking down terrain and all this kind of stuff, and you zoom out a little bit, and you realize how big God's creation is.
Oh, yeah.
And you zoom out a little bit, and you kind of go, this is real turkey hunting. Real quick, you've been hunting all your life, I would assume?
Yes. Yep.
All kinds of hunting?
Yeah, I grew up in Nebraska, about 4 hours south of here. My dad was actually a guide in the 80s, and he taught me how to hunt. Hunted with my grandpas, both of them. Just, I don't know, just grew up doing it. Don't really know much else.
So, speaking of your family and our family, I want to go ahead and make sure I ask this because the guy that's helping us do this podcast, Jalem, wants to know if he can ride a cow while he's here. He wants to know if he can jump on the back of a cow.
He's been asking for like 2 days.
Or take one down.
Okay. Like bulldogging? Yeah, just arm wrestle one. Yeah, you can try. We can get you close.
You said the other day, you're like, I don't care. My father-in-law might care. But
Yeah.
And then he asked John Browning the other day, the founder of Pistol Creek, and John said, how about we not stop on the side of the road? Let me go ask Shawn, and let's make sure it's one of his tagged cows. He said, because I don't want to get
the wrong one.
Get the wrong one and get beat up out here.
Yeah, our cattle are pretty rangy. You don't just walk up to them. They're
He is a Marine.
Yeah, that's true. Semper Fi. Yeah, you know you should be here in about a month when we do our brandings. So we gather all the mama cows and their babies, get them into a corral, and then we rope them, drag them. Then you wrestle them, and you get to hold them down. We brand them and vaccinate them. That's what you should be here for about a week.
That's the smile on his face right now.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's come back to Wyoming.
Yep. We kick that off here in about a week.
How many people does it take to do that?
It depends on the herd and I guess their expertise, their experience. You know, if you got a really good crew and you got, say, 200 head of cows to brand, you know, if you got 10, 15 people, you can get it done in about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay. And you were telling me a story about, and I apologize, what's your wife's name?
Ann.
Mm-hmm. And y'all got a couple kids?
Yep, twin boys. They're 9, Tucker and Jackson.
Okay. And do they ride and herd and all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. So you were telling us about you went to move some cows from one pasture to another, right? And in Georgia, it's typically about 1 cow per acre because of the nutrients that you have. And here it's what, 1 cow per
30 to 40 acres
because it's just drier, not as much nutrients. And
Yep. Yeah, the grass just it grows good and it's really high powered, but it kind of has a one-time graze over, and you need to move them cows onto a new pasture.
And how long does it take for that to regrow, typically?
It'll be the next year before you can pretty much go
Okay,
in there.
so you guys were moving, 100, 200 head from one pasture to another?
Yep, so we're just starting to calve. So we moved about 200 head of mama cows to their calving pasture. We moved them about 5 miles to get over to that pasture from where we'd fed them this winter, where they're close. We can get the feed trucks to them, move them about 5 miles up to their calving pasture.
So, and the roads here, too, are gravel, dirt roads.
Yep.
But you said you would take your horses via trailer
Correct.
to location.
Yep.
And then you are horseback herding them. Am I saying that right? Herding them?
Pushing them.
Pushing them. And you guys are pushing them 4 or 5 miles to another pasture.
Correct.
And that takes how long typically?
That took us about 4 hours. So.
And are you sore afterwards?
Not typically, but some of them really long rides, we'll push yearlings out, and it'll be a 20-mile ride that day. By the time you get home, if that's the first ride of the spring, you're a little sore just because you're not used to it, because you usually don't ride that far in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And then coming off the winter, first big ride of the spring.
And this might be a dumb question, but is this comparatively to some horseback riding and herding, is this rough or not as rough terrain out here? Like I'm talking about like the ups and downs and the little crevices and things you have to go through to do that.
Yeah. Usually when you're moving them cows last week, those mama cows. Yeah, that's pretty just rolling terrain. It wasn't too crazy, but in the fall when we gather yearlings and get ready to ship them out, there's some steep stuff in there. You might have to get off and lead your horse type stuff.
So is Yellowstone realistic?
No, sir.
No, sir. So basically, y'all don't do quite as much fighting as that's on the show. Y'all don't have a canyon with dead bodies in it.
The train station?
The train station.
Is that what they call it? I honestly haven't watched Yellowstone. I watched the first episode and I was like, eh.
Do you have a brand on your chest?
No. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So you mean when you married your wife, your father-in-law didn't say, "Come here, son"?
No. He sat me down and talked to me for a little bit. I guess that
He
was
said,
my
"I
branding.
will brand you."
Yeah. I'll break your legs.
So how long you guys been married?
Oh, shoot. It'll be 15 years the end of this month. So
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you're a country boy. Well, I would say country boy, but what would in Georgia terms, what would I call you?
A ranch.
Georgia boy or Georgia terms?
Because I would say I'm a country boy
Yeah.
or a redneck. What is the similar term for up here?
I'd just say rancher.
A rancher. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a rancher through and through. You love what you do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah, the way of life and doing it. I mean, I would call myself a jack of all trades, master of none. I've done a lot of things, and this
Yeah.
is where I've landed, and I love it. So
That's
Gotcha.
great. Yeah.
And your job is to work the land.
yeah, on the ranch, my job description, I guess I would say, is we came here to start the outfitting business on the ranch.
Gotcha.
My father-in-law and I both recognize the game on
Yeah.
the ranch as a resource of the ranch that has to be controlled and managed, but also it can be profitable. So that's why we started the outfitting business. So I guess I kind of take care of that division, and
Yeah.
but we also are involved quite a bit with the cattle too. So
What does that mean? Outfitting.
outfitting?
Yeah.
So we have this lodge here, and we bring in clients from the outside that want to come to Wyoming and experience our way of life, and we take them on a hunt and guide them for elk, deer, antelope.
Yeah. So I was going to ask how many different hunts?
Like types of hunting.
Turkey,
Yep.
elk.
So we do turkey, elk, mule deer, whitetail, antelope, mountain lions, prairie dog hunting, buffalo.
Wow.
I think that's it.
Well, you got a mountain lion behind us that your wife shot.
Yeah.
You got a buffalo right up here. You got some elk, mule deer.
Yep.
And are those two deer?
Yeah.
Those are just big deer.
Yeah,
That is a monster.
Yeah, he's the biggest one we've taken off the place.
The one on the left or the right?
Middle, above the
Yeah.
window.
We call him Waldo. We spent 2 years looking for him. We're like,
Waldo.
"Where's Waldo?" But we finally found him. I got pictures of him, and he was actually bigger when I took the pictures the year before.
And that's a
Wow.
mule deer or white?
That's a mule deer, and that's a mule deer over there. I shot that one was taken with a bow. He's in velvet still. But yeah.
Jeez. I mean, it's just gorgeous in here. And this is called Skyline
Outfitters.
and that's where you guys bring people in to come hunt and experience the way of life out here.
Mhm.
And then the other side of y'all's business is the ranching,
Mhm.
herding of heads of cattle,
Cattle ranching.
cattle ranching. Okay, but make sure I get it right.
Yeah, that's how I would
And
say it.
and so cattle ranching, and then when you guys are done, you sell them off to packers
Yep.
or
We sell direct to Cargill or JBS, a couple of the big packers, but we retain ownership to slaughter. So
Gotcha. And then once it's processed, they sell to whoever they sell to.
Albertsons, Walmart, wherever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steakhouses.
River Bend, Good Ranchers,
What kind of cattle?
44s.
Our mama cows are predominantly Black Angus. But,
Okay.
We also run yearlings. So the calves we get off of our mama cows,
Yeah.
we put those in our feedlot here on the ranch, background them. But we also buy probably a quarter of them are our own calves, and the other 3/4 are calves we buy from sale barns.
Gotcha.
That other ranchers sell in the fall as calves.
Yeah.
We background those and then put them out to grass here coming up in May.
Okay.
Run them all summer on grass, and then this fall we'll put them on trucks and they'll go to a big feedlot and get finished, and then we sell them to JBS. or
And
big
typically,
packers.
how old are they when they get sold off?
When they get slaughtered,
Yeah.
they're about 2 years old when they get slaughtered.
Okay.
And they
When
weigh.
when they get finished on corn, you're probably looking at steers probably weighing 13 to 1,500 pounds.
Wow.
Jeez.
They put the weight on them.
And all that you're saying that it takes to get it all the way to the grocery store is why it costs $95 a pound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually to the point where it can be profitable. It feels like the expenses though fuel and tractors, and it's just crazy what things cost.
Insane. It's
Yeah.
like loggers. what it takes to do the logging business and the ranching business. It's
For
like
it to
any
show
other
up at
business.
84 Lumber or Home
Yeah.
Depot.
And it's a lot. People don't know the behind the scenes
Yeah.
until you've actually experienced it.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as ranchers, we're starting to feel like we kind of see some profit. It seemed like the packers have always been the ones that got the big profit margin.
Yeah.
You know, they mark it up.
What do
pretty
you
high.
attest that to? That the ranchers are starting to see some good turnover.
There's just getting to be so few people that are ranching, and the numbers are down of cattle. So supply and demand, honestly.
Gotcha.
You know, people still are always going to want beef.
Yeah.
And it's just that's what's driving the cost.
So
up.
this is totally, it's kind of random, not random, but I saw this report a while back about if you take all the burgers that McDonald's and Burger King do,
Yeah.
and you average it out by day, by week, by month, and then you factor in just the availability of beef supply. They're like, if you take just McDonald's in the entire supply chain of cattle, it doesn't add up. So the joke was like, it ain't real. It ain't real beef. And I'm not trying to knock McDonald's or whatever. It's just, but if you do the math, like the supply and demand, it's just not there when you look at the actual overall demand of beef in America.
Yeah.
So
Kangaroo meat. I've heard that.
We do have we leaving you with a cookbook that everybody signed here, and then there's a wild game section, and one of them is bunny and dumplings.
Yeah, I saw that.
So did you get a chance to read? We gave Shawn a cookbook last night, and
thank you very much.
It was really cool because everybody here on the hunt signed it, and that was kind of cool. Jay got to sign his name to the book.
Yeah.
He just threw up a guns, and you said I'm gonna take it back and read it. And did you get a chance to go through it and read some of the stuff?
Yeah, I read your whole bio at the beginning. That was very interesting. You guys have a very neat and godly heritage. I was impressed.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Appreciate that.
You want to know which one
I want to know. I asked you last night. I say, all right, if you're gonna read it, pick out what you think is your favorite recipe.
Ooh.
And did you come to one? What'd you come to?
So I love beef, of course, but I thought I'd go for something a little different. But I like wild game.
Okay.
And I came up with those stuffed venison.
Yeah.
Those look really good.
I think we did that with Glenn and Foxworthy.
So, you know who Jeff Foxworthy is?
Oh yeah, that guy's hilarious.
So his farm, or I guess one of his farms, is kind of near us in Georgia, and we've had an opportunity to get to know Jeff a little bit. But his farmhand, Glenn, is really good friends with our farmhand, Sam, and got to know him a little bit, tell some stories. And wasn't that Glenn's recipe?
I think it was Glenn's recipe.
Yeah, the stuffed venison. That looks delicious.
And
It
that's
is really good.
If I remember correctly, it's stuffed venison. Is it bacon wrapped?
Sure looks like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you'll give us the book, we'll read the recipe.
No, just kidding. And so we were actually joking about. So we did some turkey nuggets last night.
Yeah, those were good.
And Dad did some. Chris, appreciate you, man. He went out and bought some pork tenderloin. Dad did some pork tenderloin, and they were like, "What?" Because Dad cooked last night, so I feel obligated to cook tonight.
All right.
And I was just thinking of something random I could do. And I was like, I'm gonna take you guys go get some cream cheese, some bacon, some jalapenos. We'll take the turkey, we'll butterfly them, smash them out, and I'll do a version of that with turkey instead of venison. So that's what I think we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna see how it goes.
Sounds good.
Never done cream cheese and turkey, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how it goes.
Oh, you're gonna have to get a new cookbook now.
That's why they call it recipes.
So speaking of cooking, I would imagine you do a fair amount of cooking.
My wife.
Okay.
She's an amazing cook. I would not be as large as I am if it was not for my wife.
And when you say cook, what kind of cooking?
It is, I would say, ranch cooking, just home cooking. She can cook biscuits from scratch.
Vegetables and biscuits, and gravy, and
Yep.
yes,
You name it. She
What
can cook
is
it, so.
do you know, like, what's her go-to? What does she do the best in your opinion?
Oh man. A lot of beef. Beef
Okay.
and
A lot of
potatoes.
beef.
What's your favorite cut of beef?
Oh man, rib steak, bone in.
Rib. Okay.
bone-in ribeye.
Oh man.
Yeah, and you're a medium rare
Yep,
guy.
medium
Okay.
rare. So the meat, I do the meat. I like grilling, so
Okay.
I do the meat. Yeah.
What do you cook on?
I got a pellet grill out here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you not saying the brand. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We cooked on the pellet last night. It was fun. So that is your grill that you cook on.
Correct.
Okay. And do you smoke or grill more?
Probably grill, but during
Okay.
branding season, which I was talking about earlier,
Yeah.
we do briskets for all of our brandings.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
we slaughter on the ranch. We harvest or process all of our own beef. So we've got
Okay.
a walk-in cooler and freezer, and we get everybody together and we kill a couple beef and we cut them up, let them hang, and but we keep them briskets and we use those in the summertime.
Now, do you
Yes,
you
sir.
process them yourself? Like you cut them, or do you have somebody here that cuts them?
We do it. We do it ourselves. All the kids, everybody pitches in, and
Really?
yeah, we're cutting steaks and hamburger. We got grinders and
So you know your
package it
way
and-
around a cow pretty good.
Well, yeah,
I mean, better
Yeah.
than the average person. I would.
yeah.
I
I know where the
Better
steaks
than
are.
us.
would say I cook it all the time, but I've never personally processed an entire cow.
Mhm.
So
It's fun.
yeah,
It's-
I would
yeah.
love to do that one day.
Yeah.
So you cut all your stuff and process the meat out of it, and then you said you got a walk-in cooler, so you hold on to it and you just
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We hang it in there for about 15, 16 days, age it, and then we
Same
go.
as you do venison. You hang it, let it just
Mhm.
cure or just.
Yep.
sit.
Get that breaks down a little bit so it's
Yeah.
tender, and then we
Yeah.
go to hacking on it. And it's a good time. I mean, the whole
Yeah.
family. There's 20 of us in there, a bunch of kids with knives, and they're
that is
cutting
so
away. And
cool.
That's
we
awesome.
learn them young. So.
And so when you said earlier the Wyoming way of life,
Uh-huh.
you're being dead serious about. There's a way of life out here that is just different.
Yeah.
It's different to me. It's definitely more what I would have imagined America being. Maybe a little bit back in the day,
Mhm.
where it's just you're on God's green earth. You're hunting and killing and living off of what God was giving you.
Mhm.
I'm even joking about there's no cell phone service out here, and there's a pace of life that makes you appreciate what is surrounding you.
Mhm.
And I would imagine that you're the kind of person, having lived this lifestyle, you're a lot more eyes up than most people. And I don't know if you kind of know what I mean by
Explain
that.
that.
So it's kind of a joke around us, like we're just in our phones a lot. And so your eyes are down, and I'm a new dad,
Mhm.
and me and my wife's just amazing at this with me, and we've talked about it, and I definitely have to work at it because we also run a business. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm in my phone a lot, and a lot of what we do is social media.
Yep.
And it's very easy to get carried away and be eyes down. And I try to have a hard rule with myself that if I'm spending intentional time with my wife or my kid, my phone's almost in a separate room.
Yep. Has to be.
and that way I'm eyes up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's not even just physically being there, but emotionally, mentally being invested into what's in front of you. I would imagine you get to experience that a lot more than the average American.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, granted, I still have a phone and I
Sure.
get on it. But when you're out fencing or moving cattle or checking water, if your eyes aren't up, you're going to run into something and you're going to have a bad day. So you have to be alert, and you actually get to soak in the world around you instead of just seeing what somebody else is probably not even real on your phone. So.
Do you feel like that gives you a better sense of appreciation for
absolutely.
life in general?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're the richest guy in the world. If you're looking at your phone, you're seeing what somebody else has and coveting it, wanting it, whatever. When you're just out there by yourself and you don't have your phone and you can just look at the blessings that you have, it brings it right down.
So
I
speaking
totally agree with that.
Speaking of blessings, we talked a little bit about your faith.
Mhm.
And I kind of came out there. I was like, "Hey, are you a Christian? I would love to ask you some questions about your faith."
Sure.
Did you grew up a Christian household?
Yeah, I was blessed to be born into a Christian home. Great parents. We grew up humbled. My dad was a logger. Grew up with a chainsaw in my hands and worked on my grandpa's ranch. But my dad, we went to church every Sunday. My dad taught Sunday school. I mean, we were just, did devos with us every day, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate that upbringing and that heritage, and trying to pass it on to my kids.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And do you feel like I don't want to like quote Yellowstone, but I would imagine that when you live a lifestyle like this,
mm-hmm.
you have to have a sense of appreciation of your faith and where you're going,
Mm-hmm.
because, or at least a sense of an appreciation to it, because again, you're kind of eyes up and you're like, when y'all come out here, if y'all are watching or listening to this and you've never been to a place like this in Wyoming or Midwest-ish area,
Mm-hmm.
and it's rolling pastures, it is breathtaking, and it almost makes you slow down. And do you feel like that lifestyle actually helps or allows you to dive into the Word more?
Absolutely. When you can wake up in the morning, look out your window, and read your Bible, and you can see the mountains to the west, and the trees, and the birds, and elk out your window, and just seeing how great God is, whereas I think people get busy with their lives, their phones, and it distracts them from what is important, and their faith, I think. And I think that's honestly a tool of the devil to get you away from what's important.
Sure. Yes, it is.
Do you feel like your kids, and I don't know if it's not necessarily kids, like your kid versus this kid here, but
Mm-hmm.
compared to like most kids in America too, do you feel like they have a different sense or appreciation for life because they're probably not in their phone as much? And you
They don't even have phones.
They're 13?
They're 9.
They're 9.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're a little younger.
Yep.
But I remember I was 15 or 16 when I got my first phone. Now, this was back in the flip phone. All I had was Snake, and you got 50 texts a month. That was it. Versus like my sister, who's 6 years younger than me, she got a phone a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're 9, but as they get older, do you guys think you're going to give them? I'm not trying to get personal, but
No, don't ever give them a cell phone.
yeah. But like living this lifestyle, I would imagine your kids are going to have a much greater appreciation for life, for what God has given you, than maybe some other kids that have lived in the city.
Mm-hmm. I guess I want them to have that sense of appreciation to where, I want my kids to be independent. I want them to make their own choices. But I want to show them that they don't need that, I guess. So getting them outdoors, getting to see new life being born, and the taking of life. I mean, that is what happens with life.
Sure.
We come into this world and we leave it. Same with the animals and everybody else. I mean, it's just the way it is. So
now, your two boys, were they the ones playing on the chimney out here?
yeah.
We came out of the cabin and they were like climbing up the chimney, and Jay and I were like, "Oh snap! They're climbing the chimney out here." But I thought it was so cool because they're playing outside.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up playing outside, and in the dirt and in the mud, and I don't feel like kids do that as much these days. So
No, we want our kids to be respectful. They come in here, they meet you guys, meet clients. I want them to, teach them how to look people in the eye and talk to them, and they're actually talking to a person. Yeah. You go into town sometimes and you see a kid and they won't even look at you because they're in their phone. Yeah. They don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, but good on you guys for sticking to that. I mean, because it is hard.
So I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Out of all the things that you can hunt out here, what's your favorite thing to hunt?
Elk. Definitely elk.
Yeah. Really? Why is that?
That thrill of calling a 400 to 500-pound animal screaming, coming into you within bow range is just, it's similar to turkey hunting, I would say. But
you hear that, right there.
When them bulls are screaming, man, it just gets you going, man. There's nothing like it.
What about mule deer? Because I've heard that's pretty fun.
Yeah, mule deer it's a lot slower pace.
Okay.
A lot of glassing because it's more open country.
What does that mean, glassing?
Getting up on a high point and using your optics, your binoculars, and
Gotcha.
spotting scopes, and looking at different deer and trying to figure out which one you want to, put
I
a
got
stock
pretty
on.
intimate with my scope yesterday when I was slightly too close
I
when
saw
I
that.
shot that thing.
Hey,
I was so uncomfortable and so focused to not miss that shot. Not because I wanted an amazing turkey. I just didn't want to have to get up the next morning and go hunting so I could sleep in. So I was, and I always looked through the scope with both eyes.
yeah.
And I couldn't get it. So I got it in with one eye, and I was just too close.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been scoped?
My first kill, I think I was 4 years old. I was with my grandpa, 22 mag, had a little 4-power Weaver on it, and yeah, it cut me good.
What's your? You said you guys build your own guns, right?
Yep, we build rifles.
What's your
custom rifles.
What's your
Wow.
favorite gun to shoot?
Right now, the 7 PRC is pretty hot. We're building a lot of those. I really like it for middle of the road, Western game hunting, antelope up to elk. It'll take care of all of them.
And is that you build them for your personal, or do you guys sell them as well?
Yeah, we have an FFL, an SOT, so we build custom rifles for people. You know, usually hunters that come here, they show up with a gun from, you know, a Browning pump or a BAR 30-06.
Yeah.
You know, that they're used to shooting out of a tree stand in Minnesota, and they come out here, and we let them use our rifles as guides. And usually by the end of their hunt, they're like, "I want to order one of those." And
You shouldn't have told him that. He's liable.
What is a good big game rifle? Are y'all doing rifles or just shotguns?
All rifles.
All
I don't do
rifles.
shotguns. So.
So what's a really good big game rifle?
Like caliber?
Mm-hmm.
So
And cost.
and cost. Okay. Well, you get what you pay for. There are some very good factory guns. I'm not going to bash them at all.
Yeah.
There are some very good factory guns that you can get from Savage or Ruger or whatever. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Ours, we're building right now, put together, hard case, 2 boxes of ammo, broke in, ready to go. You just dial and shoot. We're about $7,500.
That's with glass or just the rifle?
That's with the glass, everything.
glass and everything.
Yeah, ready to go.
So I have a Christensen arm.
Uh-huh.
That in comparison.
Yeah,
good.
they make good guns.
Yeah.
I've seen some really good guns that they have.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And you can spend more on the glass than you can the rifle sometimes. right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good rule of thumb is your rifle. I think if you're buying a factory gun, your rifle and your optics need to probably cost at least a time and a half, if not 2 times as much as your gun, just
Okay.
for quality's
So
sake.
a $7,500 setup. And what caliber again is that compared to?
So right now we build a lot of 7 PRCs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually foreign to me. So explain that.
So it's a 7mm cartridge.
7mm cartridge. Okay.
Yep, 7mm bullet. Hornady came out with it. They kind of have a family. They got the 6.5 PRC, the 7 PRC, and the 300 PRC, and we can build all of those.
Are they carbon fiber? Are they
Yep.
wood?
We're all our goal was to build a lightweight, long range, accurate hunting rifle, because when you hunt out here, you're carrying that gun more than you're shooting it.
Okay.
So you don't want a 13-pound rifle
No.
packing 5 miles after a deer.
Jeez.
Can I see one of these things when the podcast is over?
Oh, absolutely. I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Hey,
And-
I should
and
get
the-
I should get a finder's fee. in
Finder's
this
fee.
situation.
There you go.
And the glasses on them. So what? Tell me about the glass.
So I'm kind of partial to Leopold.
Okay.
So we're doing a lot of the VX5 HDs, VX6 HDs. Any scope in there, we really like those. They're lighter weight than some of the other competitors.
Yeah.
So
And I like to hunt in the afternoon. So a lot of times it gets really, really, more and more dark, and I want to be able to see as late as possible.
absolutely.
So the glass is important
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, you want good quality glass and a big objective so it can pull in a lot of light.
30 or a 34 or
You get into 34, you get a little bit more weight. I have several that are 34, and I love them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
yeah.
You ever been skunk hunting?
Skunk hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kill quite a few skunks around here.
We went skunk hunting in Texas. I don't know that it's hunting. It's literally riding around in a field,
Yeah.
waiting to see their tail and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hopefully you don't get behind
Have
them.
you guys ever been prairie dog hunting?
I've never
No.
been prairie dog. I've actually wanted to do that.
We do that here. We'll take
I
you
saw
out.
the holes out
yeah,
there.
we'll set you up and you shoot all day.
How do you prairie dog hunt?
You just set your benches up on a bit of a high spot in the middle of a
Tripod.
prairie dog town, and you just blast away all day.
They stick their head up out of a
Boom.
hole.
It's kind of like whack-a-mole.
What's the
Is-
longest shot
On a prairie
on a
dog?
prairie dog?
Oh, I have had a guy here. He shot a prairie dog at 1,236 yards.
Seriously?
Yep.
How many miles is that?
Well, mile is 1760
So
yards.
three quarters.
So it's not quite a
Mile.
quite a mile. So we've got a target
not
out.
quite a mile. Okay.
No. We've got a target out here at 1420, and we can shoot at that later today if you want. So.
Let's
I might wanna
do
try to
that.
shoot that.
All right. So, what's the longest kill shot you ever had?
Myself?
Yes.
Who? On
I don't
big
know.
game or anything?
Anything.
That didn't have a name. It was Yellowstone we were talking about.
Yeah. No. Sheesh. I don't know. Long ways. I guess I don't
over
really keep
1,000
track.
yards. Over 1,000 yards.
I've killed prairie dogs probably right up to 1,000 yards.
Okay.
But that was with a really good setup, 338, and I don't know. I killed a couple cows this year at like 800 cow elk.
That's a long ways, dude.
It's just big country. You got to be able to shoot a long ways.
Long ways.
Well, they were telling us that the mule deer hunting is really fun for groups of people because, to an effect, they were telling me like, all right, whoever's up, you go out, but the group gets to kind of go to the other, maybe another hillside. You get to watch the hunt happen. So that's really fun. I know some of the guys here have said that the mule deer hunting is some of their most fun times they've had.
That
elk
deer
hunting,
is amazing.
The elk hunting is really fun, which I would love to get a tag one year. What about buffalo?
Buffalo? There's a reason that they were almost wiped out in the 1880s.
Because they're easy to kill?
There is a lot of them, and they're kind of the top of the food chain. They're not real scared of anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they'll run away, but if they see you, a lot of times these big bulls will just sit there and turn broadside and bristle and like, are they going to charge or run away? And I've had them charge. But usually we do a 2-day hunt for buffalo. Usually you're done in the first day. So,
really?
Yeah. But a lot of guys like to come out with an old 45-70 Winchester, a nostalgia hunt.
Yeah.
Like the old buffalo rifles.
Yeah.
What is the most difficult type of hunting you've ever done?
Most difficult type of hunt I've ever done? Last year I went with a good friend of mine, neighbor down the road here. We went on a mountain goat hunt on the North Fork of the Shoshone over by Yellowstone National Park, and that was a hunt. It was beautiful up there.
Why is that so difficult?
The terrain. You're on your hands and knees, a lot of it.
Seriously?
Climbing, yeah. And the grizzly bears, they're everywhere.
Whew.
So
You ever had to kill a bear?
I killed a black bear last year with a tag.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose. I've never been like attacked by a grizzly or anything like that, but I've got some friends that have been.
Wow.
So.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. I'm gonna jump. We talked about our faith earlier, and I was talking to you about your life verse, and we always try to have a verse of the week, and we try to honor our hero of the week. So I always try to ask our guests, what is your life verse?
I would say Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but everything acknowledge Him and He will direct your paths. So
That's incredible.
That's a good one.
I really like that verse.
That's a good one.
So.
Yeah, I definitely have to lean on His understanding and not mine sometimes because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
We're all idiots.
Yeah. Being able to acknowledge Him in all things is you have to check yourself sometimes because your ego can get in the way. Yeah. I did this. I built this.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. I mean, not without God's help.
Yeah.
So appreciate the verse there. How about a hero in your life?
A hero in my life. Oh man, there's a lot of them, but I would definitely have to say my dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And why is that?
Just he's always been there for me.
Yeah.
Been some hard times. I mean, my mom passed away from cancer about 2 years ago. And
Oh, dude.
just, what he taught me, his work ethic, his protection and provision for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Herb Fricke. Yep.
What a name.
But yeah, him and both my grandpas, they were both, one was in the Navy in World War II and one was in the Army in Korea. I really looked up to them. And
well, we wanted to also, appreciate you saying that, we also wanted to honor you as well because you served 6 years in the Marines, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, so we appreciate your service. It means a lot to us. I know
Where's Jalen? You and Jalen been signing each other?
Yeah.
What was it? What was y'all doing? Y'all were doing these signals earlier. It was Marines.
Yeah, well, we appreciate your service.
Yeah,
we really
big
do. It
time.
means a lot.
Hey, we're celebrating America's 250th.
Mhm.
We're grilling across America for America's 250th, and if there's any opportunity we can give thanks to our military men and women who fight and continue to fight to keep us in this free country, the teachers across America, the first responders, that's what we love to do. So thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Herb, right?
Herb is my dad.
Is
yeah.
your dad, and your grandfather's name?
Herb.
was- Herb.
And then the other one was Laverne.
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 So how did you get Shawn?
I think my mom.
Okay.
She liked that name.
Okay.
Old Irish name.
Well, we appreciate all of your whole family
Yeah.
for serving. So
Big
we
time.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you, man, and thank you for being on the podcast. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a little high five.
Yeah,
Let's go,
and,
baby.
It was a
and,
pleasure.
I know I kind of threw it at you last night. I was like, hey, man, would you want to do the podcast? I'd love to talk to you about what it's like to be a cowboy and
Yeah.
a rancher. So appreciate the time. This has been really fun. Final thoughts? First podcast you ever done?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And I
did you have a
enjoyed
good
it
time? Yeah.
and really enjoyed having you guys here.
Yeah.
And
You're
really, it's neat what you guys are doing with this, with your program and your cooking and everything.
I
That's neat.
appreciate
Appreciate
that.
that. Well, make sure,
That's fun.
guys, you check out Skyline Outfitters. Instagram, Facebook.
I'm on Instagram. Our website's skyline-outfitters.com.
Okay.
So,
And you can book hunts and
yeah, just give me a call.
learn what it's like to live this beautiful Wyoming lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do a little hunting,
Yep.
get out to God's green earth, and
Yeah.
get to meet Shawn. He's an awesome guy, by the way. Very gracious. This cabin is beautiful. The hunt has been amazing. Pistol Creek, Realtree, and McLemore boys coming together. So, Shawn,
Yeah.
thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
service and allow us to come out here. So, guys, if you, whether you're listening or watching our podcast, make sure you follow the McLemore Boys Instagram, Facebook, all the channels. We're on Spotify and all the good things, and YouTube. Make sure you check out Skyline Outfitters as well if you want to book a hunt out here in Wyoming. Really beautiful place. It's been another episode of What's Cooking with McLemore Boys. Shawn, thank you very much. And I'm going to
Yeah.
have Shawn look right into that camera right there, and if you'll just say, from our table to yours, God bless.
From our table to yours, God bless.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.